What's going on, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of the AM Podcast, Adopted Mindset Podcast, guys. I'm your host, Michael Wheeler.
And I'm your co-host, Jeremiah Wheeler.
Very enthusiastic today.
Yeah.
Very enthusiastic.
Come on.
What's going on, dude? So, do you want to explain a little bit to the people what the AM Podcast is all about? Like, what we're going to dive into? Give the people a little info?
Honestly, I'm really excited for this. I've been waiting so long to do this, but to get straight to the point, the adopted mindset, just our whole motto is to inspire people and show people that it's possible to achieve your dreams with hard work and dedication through being resilient.
Absolutely.
And that goes with everything, like the gym, running, school, work.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, you hit it right on the nail. I think, at least one of my biggest personal goals for y'all and for us is, one, for us to grow while we do this, and y'all get to watch and have that experience of watching us grow. So it's not just the talk that we have, but it's also we have the action for you to see. And I think that would be really cool, is like be able to inspire people, kind of like what you said pretty much, make people know that when you adopt the mindset of being the best version of yourself, which is kind of our big premise, it pretty much takes away all your limitations. You have no limitations. Once you have that mindset of, I'm going to be the best version of me, and you take away any limitations that get in your way, take accountability for everything that you do. Yeah. Work hard at everything that you do, and that's what's going to make you grow. That's what's going to make you grow mentally and physically. Yeah. And I think that's really cool. And today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about your running. Okay. And how that plays in effect to being the best version of you. Yeah. And everything from there. So exactly, you started running back in high school, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm asking you like I don't know this. Yeah. So you started running back in high school.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, wait, he doesn't know that his brother was running in high school?
Yeah. So I've pretty much always been a runner. Like, I ran track in 5th grade, and I ran a little bit in middle school, not really as much as I did in high school. But I would consider myself, I've always been a runner. Like, genetic wise, I think I was born to run. Yeah. And it really got serious whenever I got to high school. That's when I started running a fuck ton. Like, I think.
What do you mean a fuck ton?
Like 50 to 60 miles a week.
Dang,
going
boy.
From like 25 to 30. Okay. So a lot of big change as far as training went. And tell you what, dude, it was not easy, bro. It was not easy. Like
yeah, I don't believe it was easy. I mean, 50 to 60 miles a week, I think anybody would say, like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But what was your average? Like, what was your average pace time when you would run those 50 to 60 miles?
Honestly, most of those runs were easy runs. Like, it's easy long runs. Yeah. So you're making sure that you get your volume in, but you're not overdoing it. Because if you're just running fast all the time, you're going to get injured.
Why is that? Because I mean, I feel like if you're pushing the boundaries, why is it you're going to get injured? Tell me.
You want to make sure that you're maximizing recovery, but going hard on your hard days. Like your workout days, you want to make sure on your workout days you're giving it 100% as if you were racing.
Yeah.
So on those hard days, make sure that you're pushing the pace or hitting your pace, the pace that you need to hit. And then your recovery days and your easy days, take those easy.
Yeah.
So that you can recover to be able to run faster.
Makes sense.
So you essentially... you run slow to run faster on your recovery days.
Yeah, it's kind of like working out. I mean, you want to. What I learned working out for so long, I always had it in my mindset that, it didn't matter if I was tired, exhausted, whatever it was, I was going to go to the gym. But with what I'm trying to train for, a bodybuilding competition or whatever it may be, I realized that the best muscle growth that I can do the best muscle growth that I can get is if I take those rest days. So my new coach now, typically he says work out 4 to 5 times a week. My split right now is about 5 times a week, but I make sure I always take those 2 off days, or those off days might be cardio days or core days or whatever, but I'm not pushing heavy weight because I know I need that time for my body to heal and to grow and to accept new nutrients that I put in my body on those off days. So that's pretty cool. It kind of goes, hand in hand.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So you ran, and you also ran in college.
I did, yeah.
So what was the biggest difference from high school to college, you would say? Because I don't even think I remember what you said the first podcast that we did.
So again, I would have to say the training is it's a huge step up from high school to college. Like I was going from 50 to 60 roughly in high school to 70 to 80 miles a week. So huge change in volume, way more workouts, longer runs.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're running twice a day.
How many times did you weightlift during that time period?
Usually 2 to 3 times a week.
2 to 3 times
on
a
our
week.
workout days.
Did y'all have a specific routine for that, or what did y'all do exactly?
Usually it was Tuesdays and Thursdays we'd have our weightlifting, and then it would be it was honestly just a bunch of shit mashed together. I'm like, dude, what is this workout? Like, what is this? It's just a bunch of different lifts mashed into one. Yeah. So I didn't really think it helped me that much, but I used what I could. I used my knowledge and what I had of weightlifting from what I learned from you prior to college. Yeah. So.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Your coach didn't give you a workout plan or anything?
He did. He would send out the workouts and stuff, but he wasn't always there to guide us through our lifts and stuff. Yeah. But he was usually always at practice.
Very cool.
But
Very cool. What was your? I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, you continue.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking idiot. No. What was your fastest time in college, for your 5K?
For my 5K, it was a 17:17.
17:17?
17:17 or 17:27.
Nice. Yeah. So you almost broke that 17-minute mark.
Yeah, I was close.
You think you'll ever get there now that you're lifting more?
It's hard to say, man. It was so hard to drop my time. My first 5K I ever ran was 28 minutes, and
so that's a definite improvement.
Yeah. Senior year was a 17:50. So in my head, realistically, it was weird. It was weird how I didn't absolutely blow that out of the water and just ran under 17 in college. Yeah. But the amount we ran, it just felt like I could never recover for those races. Yeah. So I'd go into every race exhausted. Yeah. And in cross country it was the 8K instead of the 5K in college.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's around 5 miles.
Oh, okay.
So that's also a big difference. What'd you say?
Well, what was that? What was your time for that?
29:07.
Is that good? I mean, I assume it's good.
Not really.
For the 8K?
Yeah, not really.
You weren't that good at the 8K?
Nah.
What? I thought you were better
not a
at
lot of
long
experience. It was still a new event.
That is true. And
Yeah.
you only had one season so far.
Yeah.
So you only had one season.
The cool thing about this season that we had, the cross country season, we got to go to Seattle, Washington and race at the Nationals course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what was the track like out there?
it was a cross country course, but it was really cold. Really fucking cold.
It's fucking Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool to have the opportunity to go to Seattle. Like,
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be that far away from home. And it was a fun trip, even though I didn't race that well, but I still finished.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear a lot of time. I remember you used to talk about a lot of times people would drop out.
Yeah,
And
during their races.
And I remember you would tell me these things, and I would be like, "What the? Are you serious?" Like my first thought in my head is like, does no one know how to finish a race? Like, I was always taught when I was younger, you start something, you finish something. And then when I started working at AquaGuard, it was the same thing. You start something, you finish something. It's that simple. So why would you train so hard for a race, anything, whatever it may be, whether for a job, whatever it may be? Why would you train so hard and then not finish the race?
Yeah.
And so I was always proud of you because, like, it didn't matter what your teammates did. If every single one of them dropped out, you always finished the race. And I was like, that's my guy.
It took a lot of mental toughness. Like, running, I would argue it's probably one of the hardest sports.
Yeah.
Like, people don't have a clue what it feels like when you're in the middle of the race and you feel like your body can't take any more. But you gotta find it in your heart. You gotta find that drive in your heart. You gotta pull it out of nowhere. It's just that drive. Like,
that drive, you can't stop.
But you gotta want it. You can't half-ass it.
No.
Running, working out, anything. If you want to be great at it, and if you want to prosper and grow, you have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to suffer.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be willing to suffer.
I mean, that goes with anything in life, right?
Yeah. Anything.
Anything in life. I mean, that goes perfectly in line with what this podcast is about. You know, you're gonna have times in life where you're not gonna want to push through that pain, whether it's a race, whether it's a workout, whether it's a bad time in your life, someone passed away, whether it's, you know, your girlfriend broke up with you. You're gonna have those bad times, and you have to know that it doesn't matter, and people don't care. People don't truly care about what's going on in your life because they got shit going on in their life as well. So only you are going to care more about your life than anything else. So you have to push through that pain no matter what it is, and you got to do the things that you need to do rather than the things that you want to do. And I think you're right, dude. I mean, running does take a lot of mental strength from what you've told me. Yeah. And you've grown a lot over that course of time. You really have.
Thousands of miles, man. Thousands, man. Still going, still counting.
Yeah, you keep track, don't you?
Yeah.
On your app? Mm-hmm. Where are you at?
Where am I at?
Yeah, where are you at? Do you know?
I'm not entirely sure. But
you're over like what? You're over like 5,000 miles.
I think I'm over 5,000. But
Jeez.
it's a lot. Like, I want to say maybe around 8,000.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, but it was a while ago. But it's been a long journey, man. Like, I remember when COVID hit, the only option I had was to run in our neighborhood.
Yes,
and
I remember you did that. Yeah.
Like, just so y'all know, the neighborhood it's so hilly. It's just
yeah.
And I think that, like, running by myself in the heat with no one around me, no one telling me to run, is what made me.
Yeah.
It's what sculpted me into this resilient beast.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Like,
I like that. Yeah.
And I can't really explain it to anybody, but it's such a free feeling knowing that you can do it all on your own, and you don't need anyone to tell you to do something. You just have to find it within yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest feeling. That's the best feeling you could ever have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are some runners or like people that inspired you to do that? Run. Or maybe not particular run, but what motivated you to be better? Like who is that person? Like, what are some people?
I would honestly say the biggest person that had the impact on my mindset was probably David Goggins.
Yeah.
Because he just like,
my man's a G.
yeah, once I saw his videos, once he started blowing up, like the thing, his messages were just speaking to my heart.
Yeah.
They were just speaking to me, and it woke me up. It's like, hey, I'm not doing nothing with my life. I'm not doing shit. I'm sitting here complaining, comfortable, not wanting to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And like a switch just flipped in my head. I'm like, I'm just going to start running every morning, or I'm going to start running in the heat. I'm going to start running in the rain. I don't care what conditions it is. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I have the power to do it as long as I just don't quit.
Yeah.
Just don't quit.
Absolutely.
Just go one more day, one more mile.
Yep.
See how long you can do that. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you're doing it, as long as you're not giving up.
Yeah. What okay. What's David Goggins is a great dude. I freaking
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I like David Goggins. Was I the one that sent you David Goggins, or
Yeah.
I was? Okay.
I think you're the one that showed me him. Yeah.
I know I showed you some clips of him. I wasn't sure if I was like the first person to show you.
You
who David
definitely
Goggins
were.
was.
I think you were.
Yeah, I love his mindset. Like, a lot of people, they'll say it's crazy, it doesn't make any sense, yada yada yada. But he's the perfect example of pushing the boundaries. He's the perfect example of taking accountability and having no excuses. Like, he's that example, and he may be extreme to the level where some people just won't ever match up to. Not that they can't, but some people just won't ever reach that level. But I feel like his mindset is kind of like what made you into the beast that you are, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, honestly, whenever I was younger, I just let people step on me. I didn't really have any moral beliefs. I was lost with my faith in God, and I just let people like mess with me and dictate what I was gonna do, and
Yeah.
I didn't have control over my own mind.
Yeah.
And once I found that, once I hit that switch, it changed me into this man that didn't care what people said, didn't care about the noise. All I wanted to do was work and get better every single day. I didn't care what it was. I didn't know where I was going. I just wanted to work hard and feel that feeling of accomplishment every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's shit. That's good, man.
And that gives you
That's
all
good.
the confidence in the world. Like that gives you everything you need, all the tools.
Yep. And you would say that running played a huge factor in building your confidence.
Huge factor.
Or at least a part of it, anyways.
Huge factor.
Huge factor. What's some advice you'd give to, like, maybe a high schooler or just anybody in general that's starting off running? What's 2 or 3 big advices you would tell them, or tips, or whatever it may be?
The tips,
You
the
would give
biggest
them.
advice I could give you is forget all the bullshit that people say and just get out there and do it. It doesn't matter about, oh, you need to go this fast, or, oh, you need to start off here, you need to have these shoes. You can find it all out on yourself, on your own.
Yeah.
Just get out there and do it. Get out there and just run. Just get out there and run a little bit more every single week. Just increase slowly. Increase your mileage like small percents every single week, so that your body's getting used to that, and you'll get stronger and stronger. Maximize recovery, maximize stretching. Eat the best that you can. Eat well. Drink a lot of water. Hydration is huge.
Yeah, hydration is huge. Yeah.
And I know that we all don't do the best with it, but it is a huge factor.
Yeah. Okay. What would your third tip be for starting off running? Your last tip. A kid runs up to you. They go, "Hey, Jeremiah. So I just want to learn how to run." So what would you give them?
I would tell them you have to learn to love the pain.
Yeah.
You have to learn to love the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Love the suffering. Love the pain.
I love that.
Love the process.
Yeah.
Because that's what builds character.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it builds character, and that's something that nobody can give to you but yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't realize that. Shoot, we talked about this before. Audience, you probably don't know this, but we filmed this beforehand, and this episode accidentally got deleted, so we're having to do it again for y'all.
Round two,
exactly. So I'm just going to bring up something we brought up beforehand is... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring it up, but it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
So would you say David Goggins was the greatest motivator or pusher for you? Who are a couple of top runners that you kind of looked up to as you know?
Definitely
Get into it.
One of them is Eliud Kipchoge.
Okay.
He's a Kenyan runner, and he holds the world record for the marathon.
And you said he was under, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, it was an unofficial world record for the under 2 hours, but he still ran the marathon in under 2 hours.
Yeah.
But he had the help of like a bunch of like pacing technologies and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, forget the technology. He's running 4:30 mile pace for 26 miles.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna sit here.
That's a lot of
You're
running.
gonna sit here and tell me that y'all could do that? Like, my mile was never near that. I think my fastest mile was like a 450 mile.
Yeah, 450 mile.
Yeah, I wasn't really a mile.
Still moving, dude.
Yeah,
it's still moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Eliud Kipchoge, very motivational guy. Like his story it's so like inspiring.
Yeah.
Like he grew up running to school every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it fell in love with the process of running, and then he ended up winning. I think he won the 5K in the Olympics. 5K or 10K, one of the longer events.
When was that? Do you know when he was in the Olympics?
It was a while ago. He's like, I think late 30s or... Yeah, I think he's late 30s right now. So he was young. He was like 19, 20, I think.
Oh, okay.
Whenever he went to the Olympics. But, as
probably
runners
like
get older,
2000.
they transition to the marathon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was...
Why is that? Sorry. Why is that the transition to the marathon as they get older? Is that easier or?
I think it's because they lose the speed in their legs. They lose that pop in their legs.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say he lost it because he's still running fast.
Faster than your
But
ass.
I think maybe it's just like, they get a little tired of those events. Like maybe they're a little too old for the Olympics. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there has been some older people still running the Olympics. Like I think Bernard Lagat. I think he was a USA runner. He was like in his 30s and he still competes in the Olympics.
Damn.
But back to Eliud Kipchoge.
Yeah.
Beast, absolute beast, and nothing but inspiring words. Very
awesome.
inspirational guy.
That's awesome, dude.
Very humble.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, guys. Well, do you have anything else to say? Pretty much attain to running. That doesn't mean we won't ever hit back on this subject, but do you have anything else to say to the audience before we head on out of here?
With the running thing, like if you really want to achieve something, you have to give it 110%. It does not matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what people are saying. It doesn't matter where you came from, what the doctors said you have, what people are saying you have this and that. It does not matter at the end of the day. Get out there and make yourself proud. And you will be happy forever. As long as you're willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
Promise you, Anybody can do it. Anybody.
Yeah. Do the things each day that's going to make you feel proud at the end of the day, because in turn, that's going to be happiness in the end of the day. Never strive for that small dopamine of happiness by that drug of your choice. Strive for your goals, and once you achieve them, you will be proud no matter how much work and stress that you put yourself through, and you will succeed. I like that.
Amen. Amen.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in to the first episode of the AM podcast. Hopefully it was good for you. We'll be back next week. Thanks, guys.